thank you for invitation to be here. Yesterday in the late afternoon I had still another task to fulfill. I was in a meeting, in an expert meeting in Germany, and we discussed the future of technology in our region, our federal state of Saxony. And we heard a lot of biotechnology, automotive engineering and all such things. But at the end, there was a result that we discussed together, how we can improve the knowledge transfer, how can we do something for the further educational work. And I tried to describe what is our idea, what is our concept in this field. But before I start, some information concerning my university. I come from Zwickau. It's a 100,000 town with the settlement is in the south of East Germany. We have a huge car plant of VW, and we produce 1,500 cars per day in this plant, from the VW Golf, Passat, pre-production of Phaeton, pre-production of Bentley, all such things. But we are also the town, the birthplace of Robert Schumann, for instance, and we have a special environment and so on. Some impressions concerning the university itself. We have, for instance, a team producing a racing car. We are involved in such a German and international racing competition, and it's a similar to the famous silver car from the Mercedes built in about 50 years ago. The history of our university is a long history. We came from a Latin school in Zwickau, going through the periods of mining school, engineering school, technical university, and recently we have the remaining to the West Saxon University of Zwickau. We are situated in the industrial triangle of Chemnitz, Dresden, Leipzig, and we are in a region of automotive industry, automotive supply industry, biotechnology, machine building industry, and so on. So, what is our situation about 10 years ago? We had a monolithic educational design, and therefore we had a lot of problems with inflexibility, and we couldn't manage the enormous complexity, and we had the problem of redundancy of function and contents in different kinds of our study programs and learning programs. We had a lot of inflexibility concerning evaluation and control of requirements. We had difficulties to maintain and to extend and to adopt the existing modules. That's why we try to open the system, and we intend to make a dynamic design. It's quite clear that the problem should be solved. We have to look for increasing flexibility, more quality, reduction of costs and development periods, increase of efficiency, and so on. And our first activity was to build up such a modular design system. We had about €1 million for produce web-based training programs, and we built up a special system of basics of informatics, digital media, science of media. Recently we use, for instance, the third module complex for training programs in media competences. There are involved media theory, media law, design, psychology, didactics, and so on. The second step was to form a content module network, and we decided to to build such special nodes where we had in relation special subnodes and submodules. And the third step was then to make a granulated learning content system. And it's very difficult to do so because it's a very complex system. We have submodules, and we have also relations between the submodules of different kinds of modules together. And so you come to a very complex network of relations of special kinds of content. But the advantage is that the learner can go direct to a special question and to go to a special node, for instance, to this green one, and then he sees the main relations to the other nodes, and he can decide how he can go through the content, and he can look for an individual learning path. In order to be able to continue in this work, we try to build up a network and hub transfer approach. And this is related to the field of knowledge management. At first, we thought we have to build up a network of nodes. The advantage is that we can define the special competences and knowledge inside such a node. And we define that every node is an organizational unit and includes special knowledge and special potential with knowledge processing. And afterwards, we can build up an inter-organizational knowledge network. You see each node with special competences and knowledge is related to the others, and therefore we are able to build up such a network of competences. Behind this, we have to look for the processes in order to acquire knowledge. It's general situations that we start with collection of knowledge, then the development of project ideas, transfer and replication of project ideas, specification of project ideas, operation of project and extraction of knowledge, and then a definition of a new common level. And we have a dynamic process in this field, and we have a dynamic procedure, and we start again after finishing the sixth level, the sixth step, again with the first step, and we come to step by step to a higher level of knowledge and competences. We have such a project done in competence clustering. We had diverse scattered competences. Then we analyzed how we can build up special clusters of competences. And recently we used this theoretical approach to build up a practical network of competences where we have main nodes and sub-nodes related to the field of competences. This is a realization map or realized map. You can see we defined special competences, for instance, management of project and marketing, and we are really good in our environment, in our organization with network management. We have some problems recently with marketing and consulting. Another thing is generation of learning offers. For instance, in production we have a lot of excellent competences, but we have some problems in more service offers, and so we can react and organize the further activities. Now we think it's necessary to build up such special competence hubs. At first, something what we will do in this field of hub development. We have on one hand side information literacy. It's quite clear we have to teach and to train the access to the informations. And so in this field we have different actors, we have producers, we have coaches, we have publishers and sellers, and we have the main group of users and readers. But we know that we have in the university always a second problem, and I believe it's the most serious problem to organize the access to the methods. And this literacy is characterized by the capability to be able to access, evaluate, and apply methods from different kinds of subjects in a disciplinary or interdisciplinary context. So we try to build up such special transfer hubs, and with a special functionality. You see on the left-hand side the methods and the access to information. And on the right-hand side, you have the related competences. it's embedded in the educational process, and you have or you have to organize a competence transfer process. And inside we have such a network of hubs in an educational network. This means we have a two-level situation. We have an information competence cluster and we have a method competence cluster, and we have to organize transfer between both levels. We realize the theoretical ideas in a framework of a Saxon project. We have a network of 4 universities, and we involved the specialists from the 4 universities in order to build up such a competence cluster network. We defined a 3-level project. The first level is a simple backbone network. Educational portals of Saxony, we have, it's quite clear, each country, and we too have such an access to electronic devices, electronic and software facilities. We have e-platforms, computer-based, especially web-based training systems, and we use it as a backbone and a basic network. The second level is a more cooperation network, and this is new. And we have an inter-university cooperation formed by an e-education specialist pushing the development and application of e-learning. And so it's a world of special knowledge, skills, abilities, and competences in this field. And the third level is a support network, because we will use abilities and new abilities of the cooperation of the specialists for the users. And we called it as a last mile solution, especially a support network, including the personal services for the end users. And it's important to ensure the successful access of the end users is the main objectives. They are our customers in the whole process. How we can apply the methods and informations for the practice. In the last year in Poland, I explained that we try to use a balanced scorecard approach to have the right strategy to be efficient in this way. And we have in the balanced scorecard, it's come from business management. We have this general strategy, we have general scorecards, we have general budgets, we have general activities and activities mapping. And so we can go down from the universities to the faculties to the institution, and last but not least as a sub-problem to the ODL centers. And we use this for a general approach for a modular system of courses. Last year we had a concept, a planned concept. Recently we have a certified concept, because we had the accreditation. The normal accreditation in Germany is a huge procedure. It's a thing of quality management, and frankly speaking, we produced 1 meter of papers in order to be able to describe all things. How good are the staff members, how are the procedures, how are the facilities, how are the computer opportunities, the software access, and so on. All must be described. And on this basis, we have accreditation of the whole program. And our advantage was that we have such a modular design system, because we can reduce redundancy and all such things what I described in the first slides. So we have, for instance, now an MBA of International Business. We cooperate in this field with our colleagues from the States, from the Kettering University in Michigan. And we have such an offer in a general sense together with our colleagues in Austria, with our colleagues in Slovakia. And we have also some special kinds of application, because it's a modular design system. We can put some parts from this Master of Logistics, for instance, and I will be next week in Greece, because we have some cooperation with our colleagues from Thessaloniki University. This means we have, last but not least, a multi-channel output model for course offers. We come from the classic kinds of modules. We have a computer and web-based training programs included, and we have the blended offers. We heard it in the last paper. that it's so essential that we have such a mixture, a balanced situation between presence studies, practical training, self-studies, distance education, and so on. And so we are able to have such a multi-channel offer in different kinds of application, in different kinds of cooperations with our contractors in the European activities and worldwide activities. So we try to use BSc for educational organizations. I said we have to be efficient, and so we have, for instance, perspective. One example, financial perspective. We have the objective to have an increase in turnover. The key indicator is the turnover. We have the target to improve the quantity of increase, and the initiative is to extend education and export. Or another one is perspective is a business process. We have to look for the process optimization. The key indicator is development time. The target is save time, and the initiative is to build up the special process chains for application. So I try to explain what we do in the background with our strategy, with knowledge transfer, with special kinds of networking. We have heard today excellent examples of what is done in the field of application and simulation and user interfaces. We have seen that there's a wide area of activities. We also do our job, for instance, in application of Second Life. I described it last year in a paper in the IFIP conference in Prague, and we continue in this way. But recently we have to look for a networking of these activities and knowledge, and that's why I'm very glad to be here, so that we can also, as a guide network, to cooperate and to exchange knowledge. The summary: we tried a systemic approach to come to new forms of open and dynamic networking. It's necessary to fix competence clusters and form networks with hub functions. For instance, Uni Marconi is a typical hub for my opinion. We have methods and information transfer, and we have to make it possible by different kinds of integration directions, and we will use it for multi-consortium projects and multi-level networks in the future. Thank you very much.
I have just a question. Is this very interesting rationalization of the process? Is the program that you are developed for this construction is your own source, or you have used open sources, or elaborated your network by yourself, or what? Is of the property of the university, or what?
Yes, we have different kinds of opportunities, and we use all opportunities. We have at first we have such a hub in our university. We cooperate with different kinds of faculties. We have a cooperation network with, especially with SME and large-scale facilities. About 2 weeks ago, we founded a new network for production life cycle management, because we believe it's the future of our high industrialized countries to be efficient in these fields. So we have special kinds of university hubs, and we use the opportunities and the knowledge of the other universities in such kind of networks, projects. And we cooperate with different kinds of specialists. For instance, about 6 weeks ago, I was with my colleagues from Berlin, Amsterdam, and Valencia in a special spring school dealing with the field of knowledge management in Valencia. And there was really a good international cooperation where we used all our experiences, our knowledge, our facilities to be better than a single offer. And behind this, it's quite clear, we have also some non-profit organizations. They are responsible for distribution, for the development and so on of the content, because you all know we have in the public sector sometimes some problems with the calculation, with some rules in the public sector, and that's why we have behind the university some non-profit organization responsible for the further development of content of special curricula and so on. And last but not least, we have also to look for some private activities, because we have to motivate our lecturers, our professors. And we started this for 1 year. We started with a special kind of bachelor program in Bavaria, in our neighbor state. And we are responsible for the education of non-academic students, and they come with our help to academic degree. And we do it in a two-step procedure. The first step is financed, is a private financed part, and the second one is then a public part of the university. So we try to combine it. And I know the concept is recently going around Germany, because it's very difficult to find the right rules and to find the right concepts and contracts to do so. And we have developed special kinds of contract description in order to be able to have such a combination of private activities and public activities.